All right, everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew, episode 970 on this very smoky Southern California day. We like to say we appreciate all of you being here because you could have been anywhere else, but you decided to be here. And oh boy, is there a lot of fires in our area, and we are in the center of all the smoke. So
That's true.
So we are glad to be inside and in the air conditioning and the air filtration because it is bad out there.
Yes.
And our prayers to anybody that's evacuated or is in that danger. Or I know it's not just Southern California. I mean, I looked at a couple other areas, Oregon, Idaho, like the whole West is like on fire. So stay safe out there, everybody. And then on the East Coast, they got hurricanes. And in the middle, they got hurricanes and tornadoes. So everybody just stay safe. Just be careful out there. Prayers are out there with all of you, as always. But you're not here for the weather report and the fire report. You know, you're here to get your study on. And tonight we're going to have test taking techniques Tuesday. Yes, we are. We're going to get some study on. My name is Andy. I am the guy that runs the back office over here at KonaButterflyz. But you're not here for me and my weather reports. No, you're here for Brandy. She's got her Series 6, 63, 26, Series 65, and her Series 7, which makes her more than qualified to teach you all the things you need to know. So that way you too could get a pass notice. And you got to stay consistent. And what a treat. If you guys were on after the brew, it was awesome. Shout out to Arlene. She stayed on afterwards and really she gave her story. She talked about her study journey. She talked about a lot of stuff. She talked about her graduating from the University of Hood University. It was pretty awesome. So I want to say thank you to her for doing that. I saw she flipped her camera on, but no need. And try safe, please. But I want to say thank you for doing that. It was great. I know she left a lot of inspiration for a lot of people, and we're not done yet because we got to get that Series 6. We got to get that 63. We got to get fully licensed, and she's not the only one. A lot of you need to get that fully licensed going as well. You need to get them licenses in order because we are heading into 2025, and you don't want to start off 2025 the same way you started off 2024. You don't want to do that. You got to have progression, a little bit of victory, a little bit of, you got to get some wins in your corner. And the only way to do that is you just do that step by step. So many times people are always going like, I feel like I'm overwhelmed. I feel like there's so much going on. I feel like, and they feed into that, and it starts getting overwhelming, the anxiety. Last night we talked about fear. Tonight we're talking about anxiousness and anxiety. Guys, that is for reals, right? I have a lot of students who are very anxious and they get a lot of anxiety when they go take the test. They're like, man, I study and I know it, but when I go there, it just seems like my brain has an outside, body experience, like it no longer is attached to me. And I don't remember anything that I saw. I don't remember what those questions mean. But if you were on yesterday, Arlene said the same thing. She was like, I don't know what happened, but like I sat down, I knew the stuff. I clicked it, and there it was again. I'm like, I don't know anything that's going on here. And she was like, but I remembered Brandy in my voice, in my head. She watches her all the time, the replays. She's on the live. She might not be on the lives, but she watches the replays. She listens to the videos, all that stuff. Guys, we try to ingrain that in you. And if you're not in those sessions, you got to watch the replays. Guys, we are trying to train you and your brain to mentally get past that moment. That is a moment in which it's always a wall for most people. And then the anxiousness and the anxiety feeds into that. You feel like you're drowning almost. You know what I mean? Like, here it goes again. I'm not getting it. And then you start going, I think it's A. And then you revert to all the strategies and everything that you had before that didn't work, but you go back to it like a safety blanket. And we need you to don't do that. It's not a winning combination. We need you to stay focused on your training. Stay focused on what you've been studying and how you've been doing it, how you've been breaking down these quizzes exactly the same way you were doing it at home. That's why we have you guys do the way you do when you're in those in the live sessions with Brandy and the exam mastery. She talks about it all the time and how she wants you to approach these exams, guys, every time. Just like if you were a batter getting into the batter's box at a baseball game, you don't change your stance. You don't change the way you look at the ball. You don't change any of that. You adjust, but you never change it. It's not a good time to change it up. You do exactly what you've been training to do. If you were in the military, what do they tell you? Go with your training. That's why we trained you, right? You don't all of a sudden start pulling stuff out of the air like it's not in your training. No, you just go into what you've been told to do, and how you've been gone through the motions, right? If you're in healthcare, if you're in any kind of profession whatsoever, training, right? You train. If you're out there in the field doing insurance sales, right? You get trained, right? You get trained all the time. This is what they're going to say. This is what they're going to do. This is how they're going to say it. This is how you overcome the objections. That's how, we know that's coming to you. And why do you train? Because that way it's second nature to you when it happens. It's not a panic, moment. It's not, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just got asked that and I don't know what to do. It's almost like a reflex, and you know what to say. You don't get all garbled up, you know what I mean, in your words, and you feel more confident and you feel more competent. Guys, that's why you got to do what we do here. That's how we train you guys with all this stuff. And like Arlene said yesterday, it's like I just started doing what Brandy said. I started looking at the questions and I was like, oh, there's my Mona. All right, that one has my May. That one's got a knot in it. All right, let me write that down. Oh, she told me that would be like that. And just start disassembling these challenges. Guys, every single one of these questions are obstacles. They're all obstacles. Yeah, if you start looking at them like obstacles that you just need to overcome, it becomes less frustrating. It becomes less about the question relating to content. It's more like, I'm going to get over this obstacle. I'm going to overcome this. I'm going to break this down. And it helps out a lot. Guys, that's why we rely on what we do. That's why we have test taking techniques Tuesday. That's why we have the exam mastery in much detail. And if you were on Monday on the exam mastery, Brandy broke it down so to the point. And I don't know if you had that screenshot in there that I told you to take from someone that texted you about their scores. By that face, I could tell she didn't put that in there. But they're literally, guys, Monday helps out. Monday helped out a lot. We got somebody that's like, we'll put up on the screen hopefully, and you could read it for yourself. Like a 20% increase from last week. They went up 20% in their score from last week. And that was on the Series 26.
Mm-hmm.
Just signed up like 2 weeks ago. Just started the material 2 weeks ago. Already in passing score range. I don't know how to tell people all the time. Like, I say it and I say it and I say it again. It's not about downloading all this content into your brain. If it was, Arlene wouldn't have struggled as much as she did and how many times she took that exam. Trust me, she's a brilliant woman. She studied this stuff many a times. I got another guy that I'll put up his like testimonial, Sean. He took it like 9 times, guys, before us. He paid like almost $5,000, he said, in like other people's programs on those weekend boot camps and all this stuff. He got flown out to home office and all these other things, right? It didn't work. He's like, I knew the stuff, but it didn't work because he wasn't looking at the questions correct. It's about the technique in which you do that. It's how you break it down. We looked at the keywords last night. Tonight, we're going to look at the techniques, and we're giving you just a glimpse of the stuff that you need to do this. And if you haven't been on our program, if you haven't really plugged in, or maybe you are a member and you are not plugging in, you're ignoring the emails, you're not looking at those live replays because you're so busy, you're doing yourself a disservice. It's not the whole full Kona thing that we're trying to do here. It's about 50%, right?
Yeah.
All right, Brandy's going to bring that screenshot up just so you guys can see we're not just talking here. But yeah, so as soon as it goes, now go. And here we go.
Hold on.
Technical difficulties here.
Yeah, it's like, bro, I'm tired right now.
All right. So I'm going to get into the commercial without the slide, Brandy sharing the screen. So guys, if you guys want to join up, we're going to put the links in. Brandy's going to put the links into the chat right now. Join up. And if you're watching this on the YouTube, scan the QR code that's on the screen. join in on Kona, get into those live sessions. We have the academy that's just wrapping up next week, but it doesn't matter. Someone's like, well, I'll catch you next month. That's the wrong thinking. Get onto the 21-day plan. Start your plan today. Get into the material. Go. Why do you need to wait? Why just stop? I almost want to get rid of the academy because I feel like it hinders people. It's like, dude, you would be doing this more if you weren't just waiting around for the next class. I need you to get in there. I need you to get this content through. I need you to get in there and start with exam mastery. I need you to start going through the motions of like getting this thing done. Guys, you can do this. And if you want to, you can join the academy. You can join the 21-day plans. We got that in there. We got the SIE in Series 6 and 63 study guides that are available as well. And there you go. There's the screenshot right there. All right, there you go. Using tactics from this morning. This is on Monday. Got from scoring average 53.33 to this now. That's 20% exactly. That's 20% exactly. How many questions was that?
I think this one was 15.
Only 15 questions, but she wasn't even scoring any of that before. 50%. Do you need to work on my time? I'm taking too long on questions. That comes with it. Just practice. Guys, exactly. No lies. No lies. We're trying to tell you guys how to get through this thing. You can go ahead and go through that next slide so we can get back on it. There you go. So yeah, get onto the Kona community. We had a study people. People were studying right before we got on here. That was an awesome turnout there again. And Eric's like even in his op night right now, and he was still running the show over there. They're still getting the study going on. So thanks, shout out to Eric, Tim, and all the people that showed up. Gene, I know I'm missing some people. Zoila, I think she was in there. All the people that showed up. Kona community, Discord, join on that. Get involved. 951-290-3077. Give me a call. Give me a text. We got the Instagram. We got the Telegram. Check it all out. All right. We got sessions tomorrow. We got the Kona Academy. We got the 63. We got the 26. Be there or be square. Tomorrow's going to be different. And that's all I'm going to go into. And they're not going to be a full hour. I can say that. It's going to be a lot of Q&A. I can say that right now. Yeah. So it's going to be different. So show up tomorrow. If you're in a member, the links already went out. All right. You ready?
Yes.
All right.
That's just that.
All right. Let's get on to it. Test taking techniques Tuesday. Tonight, we're going to go over those techniques, those skills that pays the bills, those skills that are going to help you get a pass notice, just like Arlene floating with that SIE. But we want to get you your pass notice. So tonight, we're going to go over those techniques, those strategies. We got rules to test taking techniques Tuesday. Rule number 1, you're not allowed to ask, what exam did that question come from? It's irrelevant. You don't need to know that. You need to focus in on how she's breaking it down. You're missing out if you're just focused on that. We are not mastering Q banks here. We are mastering on how to break this stuff down. And tonight, I already can tell you, as she's writing it on the screen, you don't need to know content to get some of these, right? Or very little.
If any.
If any. And then like some of you go, oh, she probably picks and chooses questions so that she can demonstrate you don't need new content. I'm telling you right now, that does not happen. She may skip one question and it's just a random 75. Here you go. This is how the dice landed, and I'm just going to go with it.
Yep.
Guys, just to prove a point, you don't have to make it that hard, and you can break it down easily.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a skill set you got to come up with.
Mm-hmm.
So watch how she does that. And how do we get good at these skill sets? You got to practice. Can't be like Allen Iverson. I'm gonna keep saying that. I know. So many on here probably don't even know who that is, and I don't care. You got to practice. You got to practice because we are talking about practice.
They don't know because he didn't practice.
He didn't practice. Exactly. If you don't know who Allen Iverson is, because he didn't practice.
Just saying.
He said he was better than Kobe.
And nobody's heard of him.
Nobody's heard of him. Just saying.
Anyways.
No championship rings either. Anyways, I can go into it. But anyways, all right. So you need to practice. We want you to do a 10-question flash quiz right after this. 10 questions in 10 minutes. That means a minute of thought. That means we don't want you overthinking. We don't want you overreading. We don't want you triple reading. We want none of that. We want you to just go through the answers and just like Brandy does, then look at the question, look for those connections, and then just go. Some of you score better. Some of you might score worse. It doesn't matter, but that's how we get good at anything. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
Okay. So this question, I'm starting off with this question. So here's what I do. I just kind of look down that way and I saw all three. Only I saw the ands and I saw the can. I like the word can.
I like the word can too.
I actually didn't look at any of this.
Literally, that's what she did not look at.
I didn't look at it that. And then I just kind of looked at the question.
So if you guys were looking at it, you need to stop.
Right. I looked at this question and it says true regarding money markets. And I know that they can be. And then I just double checked it real quick at the end.
That's it.
But it was the can. It was the can. It was the and. I didn't pay attention to anything.
If you're looking for a true statement and it says I can, I look at that one. I'm not saying it's going to be right, but sometimes it's that easy.
It leaves the door open.
It's a strong consideration.
Yes.
And also that one has an and, so
it did.
You know how I feel about them ands.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Eric tying in that content.
Yep. Systematic risk. Purchasing power. Okay. I'm going to admit to you guys towards the end of this quiz, I did have to skip some of the questions because I got 5. I'm not kidding you. 5
risk.
5 risk questions. And this was a mixed bag. Like it was an all unit and I got 5 risks. I was like, what the heck? Okay. Anyways, system, purchasing power, market, non-system. Okay. So content wise, I can go into that, but I'm not going to. But I know that system and non-system are opposite of each other.
If you don't know anything, right, we can all agree non and system are opposite, right? Exactly. You don't need to know content to see that.
Correct. A risk within a business is non-system.
But wouldn't that be part of the business cycle because it is risk, Brandy? Isn't all
business where do you see business? Where do you see business cycle?
See how I did that? See how I did that for you guys? That's a classic overthinker. Mm-hmm. If you said that, you're overthinking. Stop.
Mm-hmm. Stop. Oh, the other word too. I forgot. Like I was right there. The other word is specific. To that do you guys see where I'm going with this? It's a non-system. It's a specific threat of a business.
If it's a specific company, then it can't be part of a whole big system of things, right? It can't.
No.
It can't be the major cog in all of the wheel. Not everybody has that specific business, nor are they investing in it, nor are they a part of it.
Correct.
Do you get what I'm saying here?
Right.
It's not part of the system.
And content-wise, system and market are the same thing. I saw that in the chat, and yes, you were right.
Again, stop thinking.
7.09. Who's the people who hate math here? Who's the people who, when they see math, they freak out and they start panicking?
Oh. The only math I like is when I count the dollars in my wallet. You hear me? Who feels me on that?
Do you guys see that B is the only one that starts
with 6?
Only
time I love math.
Right. Do you guys see that B is the only one that starts with 6?
There you
go.
Oh, we're supposed to look. Oh, we're supposed to look at that first.
Yeah.
Look, y'all. Who likes that one?
And look, all right, here we go. All
right, here we go for the math nerds.
Here we go. Oh, there's no math. I got my 7 right here. I got my 102 right here. That's the number I'm looking at.
I shouldn't have said math nerds. I should have said the people that have to know. Come on, Aunt Brandy, show me how. Why?
It's going down.
My A personalities are like, say less, Brandy. I got it. B, done.
He said, or just say Eric.
Or just say Eric. It's not just Eric. It's not just Eric.
No, we have people who, even though they don't like math, want to know why. Why? I don't know. It's just, I don't want to.
How about you stop asking why and just click the right answer?
Yeah.
Okay. No one cares. I'm just saying, I don't mean to be rude, but really honestly, when you get a pass notice, do they really care? Do they really ask you at the end of at the door? Do they go, oh, how did you get that?
No, they'll say, I don't know. I studied with Kona. Boom. That's how they'll do that. Just kidding. See, I told you. More risk. I stopped here though. I stopped here. Political risk, business risk, regulatory risk, legislative risk. There's rules. There's a lot of things, right? We could break it down. Or we could just go like this. Boom, boom, boom. So many more.
That's a lot.
And then I go, I'm reading Yukon Gold, secured rights to develop rich vein of precious metals in a foreign country.
Foreign.
Does that sound like legislative?
No.
Does that sound like regulatory?
No.
Does that sound like business?
No.
How about political? Because we're dealing with another country.
Si, senora.
We're dealing with another country, so there's going to be politics. Boom.
That's it. That's it. Nope. If you thought laws and legislative, foreign country.
I mean, look. If this was a Kona catchphrase,
right?
If this was a Thursday night, if this was a quiz where you're trying to learn, if this was a quiz where we are teaching you deep dive member stuff, yes, we would have done everything you guys done in the chat.
Right.
But right now,
we ain't doing that.
I'm just showing you.
We're talking about a pass notice here.
Have fun. Relax.
And like we'd like to tell you all the time, like, guys, you go into that and talk about anxiety. You go into that test room. Are you thinking straight? Are you clearly bringing up all the information all the time, all the content that you studied? No. But do you know what you can rely on? This kind of thinking, this simplification, simplifying it, breaking it down to an easier piece.
Wow. If we would have read further, you guys would have totally got it, like, without even, because it says shortly after the facility begins production, the government of that nation collapses and a new government is insisting on renegotiating. Dude, I didn't even read any of that.
Don't need to. Don't need to. There's other people that were reading it.
Yeah. Is it the person that was waiting?
Probably. Okay. But he already knows. I studied with him. I studied with them in that study group, and literally this is the Andy approach. Why are we still reading? Click B. Oh my gosh, click B before I have a heart attack.
That's why I can't. Okay. Declaration date.
Yeah.
Rate of dividend.
I do declare.
The record date.
Right.
Stock issue date. Okay, maybe it maybe it is because this maybe was a little content-ish-y for me.
Yes.
But I really didn't think that way. But when we talk about DERP and DREP, which doesn't even exist anymore because they changed the settlement dates, I was like, okay, well, DZ only went different. But just like what maybe Sally put in the chat about never heard of the issue dates, maybe that's why, right? I don't know. But I kept thinking that D is like a little random. Yeah. And then I looked at the question, and the question said all the following would be included in a corporate action regarding a stock dividend. So if I'm talking about a stock dividend, the issue date has nothing to do with it. And that's was my lock in. Boom, that was it. So maybe there was a little content floating there. But if we're talking about dividends, the issue date is.
Okay, but why, Brandy?
No, it's true. The issue date has nothing to do with dividend. Just period. That's an issue. That's dividend.
That's it.
Yeah.
They don't care once they give you the dividend, like when it was issued, I guess, right?
Nah.
Put that money in my pocket.
So this one was fun.
Yes.
So this is 30 days, and it's the only one with 30 and 30 and D. C and D were the only ones that had numbers in it.
Yeah.
And they were both 3.
Right.
One said 30, one said 3. The other one is that 3 months is a quarter. So the answer is 30 days.
There.
Okay, look. Similar because of the 3. Okay, so those were similar because of the 3. 3 months and a quarter is the same thing. So the answer had to be the 30 days. And it was.
We didn't see the question.
I mean, again, it's content.
Yeah. But you don't need to know that. It's the 30 days.
Plus, most things are 30 days.
Yeah. I mean, maintain a do not call registry that must be republished every year. No, every 30 days.
No, every 30 days. Dude, people get out of that thing every 30 days.
Businesses come and go, don't they?
They don't want the question. Somebody said they didn't see the question in the last question.
Oh. I think they didn't know we were already done with it.
Oh, maybe. I have another one. Oh, that was it.
It's todo.
Done.
For my Spanish speakers. Nada más. We've done it, but it doesn't have to be. You can do this on your own. This could be this is could be your segue into your 10-question
Yeah.
quiz where you
Yeah.
go and have fun with it.
Yeah.
You go and say the things that Andy says and just make it simple. Think like Brandy. And if you're not, say things like Andy would. Click it. Stop reading. Don't do that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's it. Don't overcomplicate it.
It's fun.
Don't overthink it. Don't
It's
overread
fun.
it.
You know what? Look at. Stop taking this stuff so serious. Have fun in your quizzes, and you're gonna get questions right based purely on 2 3s, 3 months and quarters, same thing. I think it's gotta be 30 days. Let's go.
That's it. That's
Have
it.
fun. Have fun.
Yes, have fun with it.
Mhm.
All right, everybody. I know we just got here, but we're already done. We're gonna have some stuff for the members tomorrow. We'll be back for the Studying Brew Wednesday, and for everybody that was a member on Sunday, we did say that we will be canceling the Studying Brew on Thursday night, but I have not made any announcements this week, and there is a very good reason. Because the only reason we were canceling is because there was going to be a football game for our son on Thursday, but that might be postponed because of the smoke. So we might be able to be on Thursday night. So please watch for updates. Look for those announcements. Stay on the Discord. Put on the Telegram. Look at my Patreon, Facebook. I will put it everywhere like I always do if it's canceled. But if I put on there that we're going to have the Studying Brew, be on. We'll be here. We're going to be on tomorrow night. Same bat time, same bat channel. So stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. Keep the positive mental attitude. PMA. Everybody have a great night.
Thank you guys so much for being on. We super appreciate you. Practice these techniques in your quizzes. Have fun. Let go. Relax. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one.